The woke forces that infiltrated the NFL are having a panic attack right now. They're finding out, to their utter horror, that this Sunday, tens of millions of Americans will be deliberately turning off the Super Bowl halftime show and tuning into something else entirely. Not because they hate football, but because the NFL just made one of their worst decisions imaginable. It's so controversial that even its own players are speaking out. And what's rising up to challenge it promises to be the biggest cultural shift we've seen in years. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, celebrating yet another glorious day in Trump's golden age that you made possible back in November of 2024. So if you want a front row seat on how you continue to change the world in ways you never even imagined, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. It's being called the Halftime Revolt. As many of you know, this Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday. Go Pats, right? I'm originally from Connecticut because I gotta fly the flag, New England. But it's the controversial halftime show everyone's talking about because someone at the NFL thought it would be a good idea to hire this.
I'm gonna say, eyes out. We're not savage, we're not animals, we're not aliens, we are humans, and we are Americans.
Actually, that's patently false. You're an American only if you are a citizen. Citizenship matters, right? If you're not a citizen, you're not an American. And if you are an American, ICE has no authority over you, unless you got something to do with illegal immigration. It's got nothing to do with you being human or an animal. It's got everything to do with you being legal or illegal. This isn't hard. Well, what possible grounds could you possibly have for demanding that the law not be enforced? What law are you appealing to for that? Regardless, that's Bad Bunny. He's the pop artist that the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, who's about as woke gets, thought would make for a good halftime show. Note for the National Football League, note that guy is going to be singing for the National Football League. Goodell thought it would be a good idea to have that punk who likes to criticize our brave men and women of immigration enforcement, whose only crime is they're actually enforcing federal law. Now, the timing for that rant couldn't have been worse for the NFL. They've got a performer who just used a national platform to attack federal law enforcement. And he's about to take the biggest stage in American sports. Fans noticed, and they're not happy. Social media exploded. Longtime viewers started asking, why on earth are we giving this platform to someone who just disrespected the men and women keeping our borders safe? But here's where this story gets interesting, because this time fans aren't just complaining. They're doing something about it. Enter Turning Point USA, who announced something unprecedented. A full-scale alternative halftime show happening simultaneously with the NFL's broadcast. They're calling it a celebration for folks who love America. And guess who's headlining? None other than the MAGA musician par excellence, Kid Rock, the man who's been unapologetically patriotic for decades. But he's not alone. The lineup includes country stars like Travis Tritt and John Rich, plus former NFL players who are fed up with the league's direction. This isn't some small counter event. It's being broadcast live and streamed nationwide. Now, here's the part the legacy media won't tell you. Some NFL players themselves are reportedly planning to watch the TPUSA event instead of their own league's halftime show. I mean, when your own athletes don't want to watch your entertainment, you got a serious problem. And to make matters worse, Super Bowl viewership has actually been declining over the years, and the NFL knows it. They've been watching their ratings slip, and yet they've leaned further into divisive politics. It's absurd. Meanwhile, events that celebrate traditional American values keep drawing massive crowds, which means that the parallel halftime show isn't just a protest. Gang, it's a market correction. And this renewal of patriotism, it frankly couldn't come a moment too soon. In fact, many are arguing that what we're seeing blow up in Minneapolis is nothing short of the beginning of a full-scale civil war. I mean, as we speak, there are radical terrorist networks that are using the city as a testing ground for what many believe to be nothing short of an armed insurrection they plan to take to every city in America. Now, while President Trump is moving with decisive strength, these agitators are paralyzing our economy with a total blackout. I mean, you heard about the walkout the other day in Minneapolis. They want to seize power to make patriots pay in every way they can, especially through your hard-won wealth. When the radicals hold our economy hostage and threaten your savings with bank holidays, your retirement is the first casualty. It's time for a family finance defense. And that's where a secure digital vault like Block Trust IRA comes in. Their Animus AI platform handles market volatility with precision, protecting your family while the paper system fails. Go to TurleyTalksCrypto.com right now for your $2,500 war chest funding bonus. Act now to defend your family before the blueprint for terror reaches your front door. That's TurleyTalksCrypto.com to safeguard your family's prosperity today. What we're witnessing is bigger than one halftime show. It's Americans voting with their remotes in what's called consumer politics. Now, for years, fans have been told to shut up and watch, right? Accept whatever Hollywood and corporate America push at you. And if you got a problem with it, then you're the problem. You're the racist, you're the bigot, you're the sexist. But something's changed. Over the last several years, especially after all the cancellations and deplatformings back in January of 2021, when even the sitting president of the United States was deplatformed, nothing less than a parallel patriot economy has risen up. All those cancellations ended up serving as the catalyst for a massive exodus of users away from traditional big tech, as well as a slew of investors pumping money into new tech like Rumble and True Social, with an entire parallel economy emerging around that, which enabled more and more people to basically bypass the legacy media and big tech in a manner comparable to the way email and texting bypassed the post office. And it wasn't just alternative media. We saw the rise of alternative finance like cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the like, which enabled populations to bypass getting debanked, like we saw happening with so many of the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa, right? Remember those? Many patriots got their bank accounts frozen because of their participation in that free speech event. Or the Trump family had many of their bank accounts canceled. Crypto is bankless. And then when you bring AI into the mix, then you can invest in crypto in the same way that Block Trust does with their super AI system. Homeschooling is beginning to outpace the woke public schools. Online colleges are challenging the dominance of universities. I mean, we could go on and on and on of this parallel economy. And then when Elon bought Twitter, that parallel economy officially went mainstream. We were now the media. We were now the news. And so consumer politics came full circle. We started with boycotts and boycotts, right? Avoiding businesses and services that went woke, all the while intentionally supporting parallel businesses and industries that championed the timeless values of faith, family, and freedom. And now, increasingly, this parallel patriot economy is the center of commerce in our nation today. And that's exactly what we're seeing here with TPUSA halftime show. In many ways, this is the parallel economy coming full circle with the NFL. Now we are the halftime show. And the woke antics of these idiot executives in the NFL are the ones effectively getting canceled. People are building their own platforms, their own events, their own entertainment ecosystems, and it's working. This Sunday, you have a choice. You can watch a performer who just attacked ICE agents on national television, or you can join millions of Americans supporting an event that actually celebrates this country. The establishment is panicking because they're realizing something they never expected. We don't need their permission anymore. The halftime rebellion is here, and it's just getting started.